Hey pre-calculus students, today we did 2.4, which is all about finding zeros of polynomial functions and different ways that we can do that and kind of sort of guess and check our way to finding the zeros if we were to not have a graphing calculator. So this is going to be problem number 4 on our practice assignment. We have g of x equals x cubed plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 8. And we are asked to find all possible rational zeros for each of the functions and then determine which ones of those, if any, are actual zeros of the function. So to find all possible zeros, the first thing we want to do is take our constant term, and we're going to list all the factors of the constant term as the numerator for our possible zeros. So in this case, the factors of negative 8, well, we have plus or minus 1 and 8. We also have plus or minus 2 and plus or minus 4. And those are all of the factors of 8. Then, we for the denominator, we want the factors of our leading coefficient. In this case, our leading coefficient would go here, and it's that implied 1. And the factors of 1 are easy. It's just plus or minus 1. So, then what we want to do is all of our possible real or rational zeros are going to involve combinations of these different things here. So, I could have 1 over 1, negative 1 over 1, 8 over 1, negative 8 over 1, 2 over 1, negative 2 over 1, and 4 over 1, negative 4 over 1. So my possible zeros in this case are going to be plus or minus 1, plus or minus 8, plus or minus 2, and plus or minus 4. So those are all my possibilities for zeros. If I had another number here in the denominator, like if I had a 2 here in the denominator because my leading coefficient was 2 or something like that, I would also want to make sure I put plus or minus 1/2, plus or minus 8 over 2, which is 4, plus or minus 2 over 2, which is already 1, plus or minus 4 over 2, which is already 2. But I would want to make sure I did all my possible combinations here. So the more things you have down here, the more combinations you have to make. Okay. That being said, those are all my possible zeros. Now it would take a while for me to go through and divide and check and see if each of those things is a zero. I could go through and check, x minus 1, x plus 1, x minus 2, x plus 2, and see if those things are factors of this. But that would take a long time. So to save myself that, I am going to graph it really quick so that I know which ones I need to check. And it turns out I need to check negative 4, negative 1, and 2. So, using synthetic division, I'm going to go through and divide with negative 4, with negative 1, and with 2. And my coefficients are 1, 3, negative 6, and negative 8. All right, so synthetic division, we bring down the 1. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Adding, we get negative 1. Multiplying, we get positive 4. Adding, we get negative 2. Multiplying, we get positive 8. Adding, we get 0. So yes, negative 4 is a factor. So it's a real root. X plus 4 would be the factor. Bring down the 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Adding, we get 2. Multiplying, we get negative 2. Adding, we get negative 8. Multiplying, we get positive 8. Adding, we get 0. So negative 1 is also a zero of this function. And then lastly, bring down the 1, multiply, add them, multiply, add them, multiply, and add them. Okay. So now we know that negative 4, 2, and negative 1 are all actual zeros. So for the actual zeros, we have negative 4, negative 1, and positive 2. So we need this as part of our answer, the actual zeros, and we also need the possible zeros as part of our answer. Okay, so